Okay, so we just finished watching Packers-Bears, first game of the NFL season. Everyone was really excited. Rivalry game, NFL 100. And that might have been the most boring game I've seen, second to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Josh Hill, what are your biggest takeaway from that slow game?
Biggest takeaway is that the Bears defense actually looks pretty good. They were a regression candidate. I picked them as a regression candidate specifically because they didn't add anybody on defense, and they lost Adrian Amos, which turns out actually made a pretty big play tonight. So he ended the Bears' potential to come back into this game and extend an already long game even longer. But the Bears' defense showed up. So it's kind of nothing more of the same. Nothing's changed. Mitchell Trubisky is the big question mark, but the defense definitely looks like it's going to at least be able to keep them interesting halfway into the season. It's Trubisky's the question mark.
Yeah, I would agree. The fact that they got to Aaron Rodgers 5 times, it obviously didn't really help. The defense did everything they needed to do. Mitchell Trubisky did not show up. But at the end of the day, the Packers, they hired a new head coach, Matt LaFleur's here, and, we talked about it before the game started. He's a younger dude. They wanted more creativity on offense to keep up with these other younger teams. We didn't really see that tonight. They didn't really have to pull out any tricks, so they got it done with one Aaron Rodgers touchdown. He threw for 203 yards, 18 of 30, 8 rushing yards, so that was interesting to see, too.
The stash on the move.
It was a fine performance for the Packers to get a win and go, and now the next time they play the Bears, it's in Green Bay. So it's a good win for them.
Well, we talked about it in the beginning of the stream, how everyone picked the Bears. Like, the Packers weren't even in the conversation, and we were all kind of a little suspicious of that. Can the Bears bounce back from this, or is this young team that can't seem to find their footing? They lost to the Packers last year, and they found their groove. Mm-hmm. But this was a little harder to watch.
Yeah, I think it's because the weight of the expectation is so much more. Because, coming into the game, we're like, is the kicker going to make a kick? And then he made a kick, and now, while we're all going to dog Mitchell Trubisky for not performing up to par, Matt Nagy made some decisions that we should question too, like not kicking that field goal earlier in the game, which would have changed the dynamic a little bit in that last drive. Mm-hmm. So I'm concerned about the Bears. I don't know if they bounce back. Every year we have a regression from a team that, the Jaguars had a similar defense with questionable quarterback play a couple of years ago, and everybody was like, no, they're going to the Super Bowl, don't worry about it, and they didn't make the playoffs. So I'm concerned.
Yeah, I definitely think it's concerning. Verderam alluded to it at halftime when we spoke with him. Like, there's not a lot of easy games on the Bears' schedule. They're playing a first-place schedule, so they play, at Denver, they play at Washington. They could go, 2-0 in those and then be 2-1 while they go to Minnesota after that, or play Minnesota at home, sorry. Mm-hmm. So there is a chance for them to kind of make up for this stinker of a game that they just gave all of their fans at Soldier Field, but Mitchell Trubisky has to play, eons better than what he did tonight. So, and that's very questionable. This might be as good as it gets. So,
God, I really
hope
not.
That's not the case.
Oh my God.
I know we have a couple more Bears games we're going to stream. Like you said, they play the Broncos next week, winnable game. They go to Washington the week after that, winnable game. So I think there's an up and up. We'll have to see what happens. But tonight, definitely not a great start to the season. Great start for the Bears. Definitely interested to see what the media is saying tomorrow about poor Mitchell Trubisky.
Poor guy.
For Jasmine Wimbish, Josh Hill, I'm Ashley Young. We'll be doing live streams throughout the NFL season. You can catch us on Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube. We hope you tune in and watch along with us.